Did you all know that scissors are sharp, but a pair of scissors is expensive? Do you see the difference here? Or that we say that 2 dozen eggs and not 2 dozens eggs. Do you see the difference? English grammar is full of such fascinating rules and confusing exceptions. Hello everyone, I am Megha Yadav, and in today's video we are going to explore some of the most important and often misunderstood grammar rules related to noun, including material noun, collective noun, proper noun, sorry, this is E, and many more. Okay, so the learning objective today is that we look at when to use articles, how to treat nouns in singular and plural, gender rules, special countable units, and a lot more. So I want you all to grab your notebooks, pause if needed, and try answering along with me. Okay. This video will help you prepare for serious NDA, Afcat, or any other competitive exams, or just want to polish your English grammar. This video is a complete guide. So let's move forward. So the first rule we have here is about material noun. Articles are not used before material noun. Material noun refers to substances or materials from which things are made. Articles like a, an, and the are not used before them when they are used in general sense. Clear? For example, leather is used in making shoes. Here, the specifies here leather is used in a general sense. If I say the leather used in this jacket is imported. So here the specifies particular leather which is related to the jacket. Okay, other examples of material noun where article is not used are gold is a precious metal. Okay, if I say the gold you gave is pure, here you say I have used the. If I say water is essential for life, a general statement that I have made. But if I say the water in this bottle is cold, do you see how I have used an article here? Moving on to the next rule. Material nouns and abstract nouns are not used in plural. For example, care of the gold is necessary. They are generally uncountable and are not used in plural form unless they take on a countable meaning. For example, care of the gold is necessary. Okay. I can say kindness is appreciated. Okay. I can also say she has a lot of wisdom. But if I say he received many kindness during his illness, this is the acts of kindness. Okay. If I say advices were not given to him, that is also incorrect. Okay, because pieces of advice. Okay, it is pieces of advice. Moving on to the next rule. Proper nouns are sometimes used as a common noun. A proper noun can be used as a common noun to show a quality similar to another person or place. Okay. For example, Kalidas is the Shakespeare of India. Okay, proper noun used as a common noun. If I say he is the Einstein of our school, okay, used as a common noun. If I say she's the Mother Teresa of our colony, okay, this is I have used in a common way. So next is collective noun. Take a plural verb and are substituted by plural pronoun. When the group members do not behave as a whole but take different directions, use a plural verb when members of a group act separately or have different opinions. For example, the jury are divided in their opinion. Okay. For example, the team are arguing among themselves. For example, the committee have submitted their individual report. Do you see how we have used a plural verb, okay, when the members of a group are acting separately? Moving on to the next one. Collective nouns are neuter gender. Collective nouns, even when they denote living being, are considered to be neuter in gender. For example, India has a big army and it is divided into three major divisions. I can also give you an example. The family is large and it lives in a joint house. It lives in a joint house. Okay. Even when living beings are there, I'm treating it as a neuter gender. Young children and lower animals are also referred to as neuter gender. For example, the baby started crying when it was hungry. The lizard lost its tail when it was frightened. For example, the kitten is sleeping. It looks peaceful. Do you see how baby, okay, lizard, small animals, kitten are referred to as it unless the gender is specified? Okay, then that becomes a separate case. I can also say the bird fell from the tree, the tree, okay, and broke its wing. Here, next we have here is When objects without life are personified, inanimate objects, they are considered either masculine or feminine gender. Masculine gender is used for strength, violence, anger, vengeance, okay, power. It is used with sun, death, summer, winter. For example, the nature has taken his vengeance by claiming the lives of 100%. The sun, with his brilliance, came out of the cloud. Masculine gender. I can also say death claimed his next victim. You see how I'm using a gender here? I can also say summer spreads his fire, a masculine gender. Okay. If I need to use a feminine gender, I can give you an example of the moon showed her lovely face. Okay. A feminine gender. I can say nature offers her bounty to all, a feminine gender. Or the earth hides her secret. Okay. A feminine gender. So the sentence emphasizes the strong masculine traits of nature and the sun, vengeance, and brilliance. So the masculine gender is used. Feminine gender is used for beauty, gentleness, graceful. It is used with earth, moon, string, nature, and even for the sun that we have seen in the previous slide. So these are the examples. Nature offer her lap to those who seek it. The sun with his warmth provided relief from the bitter cold. Next we have is units of counting, that is pair, dozens, score, hundred, thousands, etc. When used after numbers retain their singular form. These retain singular form when preceded by a number. Okay, number is there. For example, my friend bought 2 dozen eggs from the market. For example, he has 500 rupees. Okay, for example, she bought 3 pair of shoes. We can use plural also if of is added. Okay, now see how of is added. For example, dozen of eggs were broken. Or I can say hundreds of people gathered. Moving on to the next. Okay, this was an example for the previous one. In a compound noun, a compound word is not used in plural if a noun does not work as an adjective. So when the noun functions as an adjective, it remains singular. Basically, compound noun is equal to no plural if adjective is there. I'll give you example for this. He's pursuing 2-year diploma course. He is 15-year-old boy. I have a 100 rupee note. But when used with an adjective, okay, how do we use it? The course is of 2 years. Okay, he is 15 years old. Clear? Next we have here is name of instruments. Name of instruments which have two parts forming a kind of pair. Two parts, always plural. Okay. Scissors are sharp. A pair of spectacles is very expensive. Here, use singular form is as a word pair is used before the word spectacles. I can say tongs are hot. Glasses are on the table. But when I say pair, okay, for example, my pair of scissors is new. Clear? Moving on to the next one. Certain articles of dress like trousers, shirts, and jeans, etc. They are used with plural. Certain collective nouns, although they are singular in form, like police, singular, this is form. Police, cattle, gentry, peasantry, clergy, people, company, poultry, majority, artillery, infantry, etc. They all are collective nouns. So collective nouns always take plural verb. For example, police have reached the crime scene. Cattle are grazing in the field. For example, let's say a word from here. Clergy are holding a meeting. The clergy. Okay. For example, let's take poultry. The poultry are making noise. The collective nouns taking plural verb. Certain other nouns like thanks, asset, premises, alms, proceeds, contents, refreshments, orders, repairs, requirements, rations, statistics, credentials, etc. They all take plural form. They are always written with plural verbs. For example, take the words from here. Let's take thanks. Thanks were, okay, were given to the donors. Again, assets, if I take the assets of the company are being evaluated. Yeah. For example, if I say we take ants were distributed to the beggars. Plural verb. Plural verb. Okay. Similarly, for the other words also. The content of the books are interesting. Okay. I can say statistics are misleading sometimes. Okay. I can say refreshments were served at the event. So All these words will take a plural verb. So this was the video for today. This brings us to the end of the video, and this is a comprehensive guide for noun, rules, and the exceptions. We covered most of the important points here. These rules might seem a little tricky at first, but with regular practice, you'll begin to spot the pattern and use them effortlessly. Try to understand these concepts. If you have any doubts, you can write it in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, you can subscribe the channel, like and share to stay updated on more such grammar lessons. Keep learning, keep practicing, and remember, mastery in language comes with clarity in basics. Until next time, stay curious and confident. Thank you.